Hey everybody, welcome back to Big Red EDC. Well, today we're taking a look at, it's another CRKT. This was one of the CRKTs from the 2020 lineup. As we know, back when I got the three of the 2020 releases that I did pick up, I was a little, can we say, we'll just say less than pleased. We'll just say that. But this is the Thero, and actually the Thero was one of them that I really, really was going to get. But it was also one that seemed like everybody else got to and reviewed. So I kind of wanted to do something different, so I passed on the Thero and I went with the Tuna and the Pete and the other one escapes me right at the moment. Of course it would. But so here recently I did the, I need some knife suggestions, any knife that I can, potentially use my affiliation with Smoky Mountain Knife Works to put in your hands, because all the knives they provide me for review, I give right back to you guys. And CRKT had a lot. There was a lot of requests for CRKT, specifically the CRKT CEO, which I haven't got yet, but it's definitely on the list. So this one, the Thero, was actually sent to me by Smoky Mountain Knife Works. So thank you very much to Smoky Mountain for sending this one on to review, and it most definitely will be given away at some point on the channel. I foresee a 3,000 subscriber giveaway coming up, so possibly, maybe, we'll see. But let's take a look at the Thero. Now, the Thero's got a GFN handle on it, but as you can see there, you've got that kind of carbon fiber. It's basically a single ply carbon fiber underlay, as they call it, to just kind of give it a little bit of extra flair, extra look. I think on the CRKT website, when you look up the Thero, they call it the prehistoric look. Now, I don't know. I'm not seeing prehistoric, but okay, that's fine. But as you can see there, it is a TJ Schwarz design. Now, of course, the Thero, I was drawn right to the Thero immediately because of that. The red anodized pivot collar, of course. It's red, I'm going to be like, okay. But no, I passed on it originally. You've got, sorry about that, you've got stainless pocket clip, right hand tip up carry only. Liner lock, you're not getting a whole lot of relief on those liners because, well, for one, they're not very thick, so, not a whole lot of relief to get, really. You could get some. Got a GFN backspacer on it. Oh, let's see here. Flipper, of course. You do have some jimping on the flipper tab, which does its job pretty well. It's not overly aggressive. It's not, you can feel it. It grips the thumb. Yeah, it does its job pretty well. As I said, liner lock. What's that liner? What do we got there? I'd say, look up here for a minute. I'd say we're hitting it about, I think we're hitting right about 50%. Liner's pretty much fully engaged, as you can kind of see there. Centering, what's our centering look like? Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Looks pretty darn good. The action, it's running on Teflon washers. Action is okay. I have not taken this knife apart yet. And I probably won't, to be perfectly honest with you. Since it's going to be given away, I will let whoever gets this knife use it the way they want to use it. They want it. Some people like their knives a little stiffer. Some like their knives a little more loose in the action. So that'll be completely up to the person that this ends up in their hand. ACR 14 MOV blade. Got the black coated blade there. There, of course, is your CRKT, and as I showed you before, there's the Thero Schwarz design. Model number, Chinese CRKT. Yes, indeed. I do like the hole, that Warncliffe blade. I kind of like the hole in it. There's no way in heck that I can Spidey flick this knife. I am not even going to try it because I have, and I fail miserably. So, like I said, the action's still pretty kind of stiff, you know. It's definitely... There, it's closed. So, it definitely takes some shaking to get it closed. Jimping. Jimping's done very well on this one. Very well. Grabs that thumb real nice. Fits in my hand pretty well. We'll get to the specs. Got that big old hole in there. I don't mind it. I do love the blade shape for sure. Really, really like the blade shape. Man, I don't know why I passed this one up. Well, yeah, I do. I wish, like I said back there in my CRKT video when I did the original 3, you know, I was trying to be the cool kid, get the new thing on the block and not something everybody else had reviewed. So that's kind of why I passed on it. And I probably shouldn't have. Screws are recessed pretty darn well. Like that. Pocket clip. Pocket clip screws are on the outsides. Really not an issue. I mean, they always look cleaner when they're countersunk. But, I mean, it's not a huge issue, really. For me, choil. Pretty good. Okay, you do have a little bit of a smile there. But not bad. Some stats. What do we got here for stats? So we are looking at, we'll go right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, roughly about 7.25. Fully open. It's going to give you a handle length of right at just probably a hair over 4 inches on the handle, which pretty much gives you right about your 3-inch blade, just a smidge more. Excuse me. And from the way I measure it, you've pretty much got a full cutting edge, a full 3-inch with just a smidge over 3-inch for your cutting edge. Grip length. Grip length we're looking at, doesn't want to stand on that with the pocket clip back there. Let's see, 3.5. 3.5 inches on your grip length. There, of course, is your PM2. Oh, my bug out. I need to grab a bug out. Here we go. My bug out's gone. Like I said, a lot smaller than your PM2, obviously. And let's go with the bug out. I think this will probably be a much better comparison. Yep. Just, well, pretty darn close, man. That's really close to bug out size. And not as far as, not only as length, but I mean, it's a little bit slimmer. Blade, slightly slimmer, but really good comparison with the bug outs. That over there, we'll get our weight on it. I haven't looked at the weight. Now, it feels like it has a little bit of weight to it. Would I call it heavy? No. Uncomfortable? No. 3.1 ounces. So there we're talking the bug out size. You know, bug out's right in that, what? Oh, here it is. 1.8, 1.9 range. Yep. So a good full ounce more than the bug out, but not, I don't see it as an uncomfortable weight or, you know, as far as carry goes. 3 ounces, that's not bad at all. And if you go an ounce for inch of blade, you're pretty much right there, honestly. Not a deep carry clip. You pretty much got your 1/2 inch, maybe a little more than a 1/2 inch out of your pocket. But then again, it's a smaller profile, so not too bad. You do have the big old CRKT on your pocket clip, so that kind of, you know, would draw the eye to it. But honestly, it doesn't matter to me when I'm carrying a knife. I'm carrying a knife, and it really doesn't matter to me if anybody else knows I'm carrying a knife. You know what I mean? So, whatever. It is what it is. Not a big deal. Overall, though, not a bad knife. My nitpicks with it. The clip, you see you've got a decent turn up there on the clip. Not a turnip, a turn up. There you go. I can feel that. I can feel where the clip turns up in my grip. Bad? Nah, I wouldn't call it bad. No, it's not bad, but I can definitely feel it. That's about the only portion of the clip I can feel. And as you can see, I mean, it just hits me. If it would hit me, where is it at? Right here, it would be a little better, but it hits me just past that. So, you know, I can feel it, but like I said, it's not too terrible. Otherwise, it feels really good in hand. I mean, you guys know this is pretty much my, you know, right in my wheelhouse as far as handle length. I like the 3.5 inch to 3.25, you know, grip length, 3 3/4, excuse me, grip length. If I can get a good full 4-finger grip on it and not have a whole lot left over, I am perfectly fine with that. And I can definitely get a real good grip. Size of the knife, it allows me to get a good, you know, if I want to do some finer cutting, I most certainly can. Aesthetically, it looks pretty good. I like the overall profile of the knife. The blade shape is definitely in there. The carbon fiber, yeah, it's all right. It wouldn't make me buy the knife, and it also wouldn't make me not buy the knife. It's there. Okay, cool. Of course, you know I like the red pivot collar. That's just me. Oh, access to the liner. Yeah. It's okay. Not the best. But as you can see, you do have a little bit of a cutout there. So it does stand proud. So it's not bad. It could probably use maybe just a little bit of like non-aggressive jimping potentially. It's not too bad though. I can get in there pretty easily. Overall though, not a bad knife. And, you know, honestly, if I would have got the Thero instead of one of the other ones. The Schiehallion. That was the other one. Thank you. It just popped into my head. If I'd have got this one maybe instead of the Schiehallion, my idea of the CRKT 2020 releases probably would have been a little different, honestly. And like I said, there's no way I was going to see every single one of them. I said that when I reviewed those 3. You know, I could have just picked the 3. The tuna wasn't bad. The peat was okay. The Schiehallion, it left a little bit to be desired, honestly. I really like the buckshot look of the handle, but yeah, I really do think the Thero would have changed my overall opinion of the original 3 if I'd had that one. Instead of, say, the Schiehallion, maybe even the peat. Pretty nice looking knife overall. So, thank you guys for suggesting some of the newer CRKTs. I'm glad I finally got a Thero to check out and to look at because, yeah, it's not too bad. I'm digging it. I'm digging the Thero. I mean, we can sit there and nitpick stuff all night long, but that's not gonna... Why? You know, it is what it is. My only real nitpick with the Thero is probably where the pocket clips turned up. Other than that, it feels pretty darn good. Pretty darn good knife. Good blade shape for rope cutting. I forgot to throw that in there. Did well. Did well on the rope. But thanks a lot, guys. Always appreciate it. I really appreciate you guys' suggestions on knives that you want to see reviews of and knives that you potentially want to get in your hands, because the Thero is definitely one of those. Keep your eyes open. Hey, you guys know what? I just randomly go through and give away a knife that I reviewed. I don't say I'm going to give it away. I'll just review a knife, and then a couple of weeks later, I'll be like, okay, I'm going to go pick a winner out of the comments. I like to do that. It's fun. It's fun for me because I like giving knives away. But, you know, be honest. When you say giveaway, you hear from a couple hundred people that you've never hear from otherwise. And, you know, that's why I like to do these just random kind of surprise type giveaways, because it gives you guys a chance that are always here, always supporting the channel, an opportunity to win, and I greatly appreciate every single one of you. You know that. Thanks a lot, guys. Always appreciate it. Like, subscribe, leave me a comment. You know I love talking to you. It may just win you a knife someday. Till next time, guys. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.